Now today I want to talk about one type of indicator that I use that to kind of help me to position my portfolio on a very macro level. And it is none other than sentiment. Okay, now what is sentiment over here? Sentiment is basically the market measuring, right? What are all the small traders thinking about? Are they being long the market or are they being short the market? And there are many indicators out there you can use. Today I'm just going to share with you a few that I use over here. So this whole concept of sentiment positioning actually came from one quote that I learned from Charlie Munger, right? Which is the longtime partner of Warren Buffett. And he says, all I have to know is where I'm going to die, so I will never go there, right? So to me, sometimes it's very good to listen to Munger because he's always very simple. He always asks himself, okay, what's the simplest way to make money, right? And in this case, maybe Charlie Munger is saying, hey, where is the place where most investors lose money? And I just need to invest the other way. I want to know where people die, so I don't go there, right? So very simple. We just need to find out who always lose money and go in the opposite direction of them. And guess what? Who always lose money in the market? It is actually retail investors, right? There are tons of studies done about retail investors not able to perform better than the stock market. In fact, most of the time, when retail investors slew to one end of the market, guess what? We will end up seeing the market performing very poorly, okay, right, for that segment. So it actually pays for you to go to the other side of the house. So one sentiment play you can find out here is the IG sentiment that is provided by the brokerage IG, and it is talking about its client positioning for S&P 500. Now, guess what? Most of the IG clients are going to be your retail investors. And you can see right here, the amount of redness okay, is very, very high. Right now, most of the retail investors right now are net short. Okay, they are net short the market. And when they are net short the market, guess what? They even overlay the S&P 500 for you that, as they become more and more short, the S&P 500 becomes higher and higher and higher. So there's one sentiment play that I like to look at. Now, another sentiment play that I look at is a easier one to look at. It's just 3 different colors. And that's this. Okay, so this is actually from the AAII, American Association of Individual Investors. So they basically poll their members to ask them, how do you feel about the market? Where do you think it's going? And you can see that back in May, what we see is that the bearish sentiment was very, very high. In fact, the average bearish sentiment is only about 31%, but we were clocking in at about 30 to 40%. Okay, so these are the type of indication that I really like when retail investors, the public, right, the small-time players are all very fearful of the market. And that's where, once again, Warren Buffett gives us his famous quote, right? When everyone else is fearful, you must be greedy, okay? So let's share with you a few more before I end the video. One more over here is to look at what are the small speculators doing. Are they very much long the market or net short the market? And this is from what we call the commitment of trades. That means people putting in their trades to say whether they are long or short the position, okay? And you can see here, overall, the black color one here is the S&P 500, and the blue color one here is the small speculators position, okay? And you can see that right now we are in a territory whereby the small speculators are super bearish, okay? In fact, in the past, you could almost say when there's a period of small speculators being below the line, that means they are all very bearish, right? Okay, or over here as well, you tend to see the market have a very protracted increase. Okay, it is when the small speculators get very, very bubbly, okay, or in fact, like back in 2021, late 2021, then we will see a decline like this as well, or a sideways trending kind of pattern. Okay, so right now, what do we see? We are seeing a record of small speculators being net short the market. And this is also shown in another graph over here that I took from the commitment of trades report. Okay, and over here, very simple, you just need to focus on the speculators, which are the yellow color and the blue color, and you can see how much short we are right now. Okay, so guys, I hope this is useful. For me, sentiment has been quite a reliable indicator that I use in the market to understand where should I position myself. And that's why right now, despite there are a lot of bearish sentiment, I'm still quite bullish about the market. In fact, I do think at the end of the year we'll end up at a high probably above the 4,300 mark for the US S&P 500. The thing is this, I could be wrong, I could be right, it doesn't matter. But if you zoom out, right, looking at all the sentiment and even the earnings that is backing up the numbers right now, and the unemployment rate being all-time low, I do think we have a lot more good news ahead of us. Okay? So everyone, I hope that you are not always waiting for the bear market in vain. Do remember to take action and start investing. Okay, so that's all I have for this video. I hope you guys like it, and I'll see you next time.